Welcome to the Melt Uncut. I'm Sarah,
And I'm Isabella.
and we're your host for this evening's podcast episode.
I actually think you mean lovely host.
Lovely host.
All right. So you're probably like, who are these people? Why do we need another podcast in the world?
There are a lot out there
Mhm.
already. You know, we've been told our entire lives that we sound really similar over a microphone, so I'm actually very curious to know if we sound very similar here.
Yeah, honestly, same. You'll have to let us know because chances are we probably won't listen to our own voices.
I think we will.
I also, so random, but anytime I say that's fair, you have to take a drink. It doesn't matter what it is.
Cup of
A
tea.
cup of tea, a ginger beer, maybe just a beer, maybe tequila. Maybe it's one of those
Maybe
nights.
it is a Saturday night here, and we are enjoying some Trader Joe's brewed, what does it say? Ginger beer. It's a blue can with like a cute little buoy on it. 10 out of 10 recommend. You need to try this.
It is really delicious. But so that's, I guess, our banter for now. Who are you?
Who am I? Well, hi, my name is Sarah. I was told I have to go first because I'm older by 5 days.
I mean, solid logic. My 3-year-olds would agree.
Let's see. I was born in San Diego, as well, Isabella was not. So we'll get to that later. So I was born in San Diego, grew up there, moved to Seattle where I currently live, and gosh, yeah, there is so much to even talk about that I think we'll get into as the episode kind of evolves a bit more. But I guess for now, what you might know me from is maybe Instagram. I kind of 180'd my life and left my corporate job and told my now husband that we have to go walk 16 miles across Seattle for fun, and he somehow agreed to that. And I ended up making a Instagram reel for it, and that kind of took off. So ever since last January, I have been walking around the city and somehow turning that into my job.
So she's actually like low-key famous, like getting stopped at the airport because people notice her famous. People will take selfies with her. It's wild.
If you're that person who said hi to me at the airport and I looked very, I feel like deer in the headlights, I was unexpected. I was not expecting someone to recognize me at the airport. So,
She thought we went to school together. We did not.
but I always love when people say hi. So thank you for stopping me in the airport.
I do have to say, when you do say hi, this is Isabella speaking, just some sisterly advice. Say how you know the person. Don't just say hi and stare at them. Because then the person's left like, who are you? Did we go to school together? How do I know you? Are you my like second cousin, fourth removed?
Fourth,
I know. Like, please, just say hi. I know you as Served by Sarah. Perfect. It's so much less awkward.
yeah,
And that's not to say that she doesn't appreciate you all.
I do. I love you all very, very much, but I'm also quite scatterbrained myself. But yeah, so that is what I do. I have 2 cats named Carmel and Toffee, and actually, we'll go back to them. They are 2 orange tabbies, which I think they might actually have some Maine Coon in them because they are massive. Toffee is 15 pounds and Carmel is 20, so they're large animals.
They're hefty boys.
And I also am back in my fish girl era.
Sounds like such a weird kink. Fish girl.
Fish girl. I used to have a lot of aquariums growing up, and yeah, now I'm back on my fish kick. Sounds like fish stick.
Yeah, next time you see her, she's gonna be growing gills.
No. But yeah, before this podcast episode, I almost was late coming here because I told Michael's my husband, by the way. I told him we needed to go to the aquarium store today, and we spent probably 2 hours looking at fish. So we came home with 4 shrimp and some moss. And a few fish, of course, but yeah, that is, I think, all you need to know about me for now.
Oh. I think that was my fridge.
I think she wants to join the episode. The fridge.
Oh, what should I name her? Eloise. Eloise is here.
Eloise.
That's the fridge.
Okay.
Okay. Well, obviously you know my name by now. My name is Isabella. I was not born in San Diego, as Sarah so rudely pointed out. Can't claim San Diego native. Gosh dang it. I was born in Mission Viejo, which is Orange County.
You were?
Yeah.
I think I never knew that. I knew you were born in Orange County. I didn't know Mission Viejo. Okay, this is news to me.
Sarah and I have known each other for 22 years. And she didn't know where I was born.
I just thought Orange County, but that's an entire county. So
yeah, it's like saying I'm born in San Diego County. So that's huge.
Fair enough. Sorry, that's your line.
So that was Sarah saying fair and not me. So you cannot drink. Just
people are gonna be like going through their tea or alcohol, whatever you are drinking.
I haven't said fair once.
That's true.
Well, I've said it twice, but not in the correct context.
Okay. Sorry, continue.
Yes.
As I rudely interrupted.
Born in Mission Viejo, which is Orange County, moved to San Diego, grew up in Claremont area. Woo woo. So Sarah and I met in preschool, which I think is important to know. Growing up, I was very into ballet. And yeah, we went to the same, preschool, elementary school, middle school, high school, but then not the same high school, but then the same high school.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I left her.
Yeah.
And I broke my ankles and I came back.
Okay, that's gonna be another episode. We went to the same high school. I broke my ankles, and then okay, there's a lot of context missing there.
Okay, I promise you will all know the story at some point. Then I went to college in Massachusetts. I was a bio pre-med major. Boom. Turned nursing major, turned sonography major, turned biochem pre-med major, turned education major, turned I have a business degree, which is wild. But I also have my master's and I'm in doctorate school right now, doctoral school. I don't know, it's all whatever. I am also a professor, which is weird. I've been professing since I was 23.
Is professing the verb for that?
I don't know,
but I kind of love it.
Okay.
Professing your love as a professor.
There you go.
Your love for education.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of education, I teach early childhood education and educational psychology. Basically, I teach preschool teachers at the associate's, bachelor's, and master's level.
There you have it.
And I did not convince my non-existent husband to one day walk 16 miles and leave my corporate job. I've actually never had a corporate job. I've been teaching. Yeah, how did we, okay, so we've said we're from San Diego.
Yeah.
How did we end up in Seattle or Seattle area?
Yeah. Do I need to like go back and give more information about me? You did a really good job.
I have to interview all the time.
That's true. I just have to talk about a walking club. I don't have to give like where I'm from and what I.
That's fair.
Drink. See, I'm a little bit nervous because on our computer here it says we're getting in like the yellow and red zone, so I hope we're not talking too loudly. If we are, I'm so sorry for your ears.
We'll figure it out.
Sorry, this is the pilot. You're welcome.
I also speak really loud. It's sorry.
Okay, I'll do like a 2-minute like more info on me. Should I do that?
Yes. Can I interrupt really quickly?
You can do it.
I forgot to say that I have a cat.
Yes.
Her name is Soup, like SOUP, Soup. She is amazing. She's a great tabby. She's the love of my life, and I actually birthed her from an egg. She definitely was not found in the streets and adopted from the Humane Society. No.
You squatted, and an egg came out. Came out.
Yes, and then Steve hatched from the egg. And I've been her mother her entire life. She definitely was not a street kitty and had street kittens.
Nope.
She doesn't know the street life.
No. She knows the egg life.
She knows the egg life.
She have wings too. Feathers. I unfortunately don't have a story of our own cats that is that on par with that. I apologize. All I can say is we have two large beasts living in our 800 square foot apartment, which we've actually had to move because of them. So when we were in San Diego, we lived in a 400 square foot apartment, maybe 500. And yeah, we needed a bigger place because of the cats. Dogs, you mean dogs.
You just mean wildebeest.
Wildebeest. At this point, yes.
Okay, sorry.
Soup.
2 minutes about you.
Soup. Oh.
Well, I said Soup. She's a brown tabby. She's a year and a half old.
She's the cutest. I love her.
We share the same half birthdays. Like my birthday is her half birthday.
Oh, that's really cute.
And her half birthday is my birthday.
Okay. That's adorable.
But we did not share wombs. She was only inside my womb.
Right.
I've never been.
Oh my god, our eggs. Yes. I think I'm confused about how eggs are hatched. Honestly, they come from an avian womb, right?
Well, they don't have a womb because they're not mammals.
That's a fair point. Where do they come out then?
I thought it was the bubble.
I have no idea. Okay, we're gonna look into this more. Stay tuned.
Just got our Instagram out at the Melt Uncut. We will give you more information there.
Maybe. But one of the reasons we wanted to call this the Melt Uncut, we'll get into this more later, Uncut, is because we both looked at each other and realized that we don't actually have the time to cut out every single like, and but, and other random things like how do eggs come out of birds. So we're just going to leave that in here because this is all a very fun part of our banter and conversation.
So you get us wrong, baby.
It was a little too much.
Okay. I'm unsure what this is rated at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Unclear.
But that's okay.
I'm so sorry. You were going to give a 2-minute blurb about
who I was. Okay, so San Diego, I grew up near SeaWorld. I'm an only child. I played a lot of Sims. Like a lot. To the point where it probably wasn't healthy. Let's see, we met in preschool, went all through school together. I went to University of San Diego, go Toreros, and I studied music. Well, first I was going to do piano. Oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking. Piano performance. I was going to do that because I thought that looked really cool. But I'm not going to get into that because it's a whole other thing. I did not work out the way I wanted it to.
We should talk about our college journeys.
We should. That's another episode because there's a lot to unpack there.
There really is.
Probably more for you than for me.
I went to like 5 different
and then I knew I wanted to study architecture because I wanted to be an architect. But that obviously is not where I'm at now. I did try that, did not like it, so now I'm not doing that. And I also, for a hot second there, almost got a minor in Italian, but I was one class away. And there was no way for me to take that one last class. So I did not. But I figured, like, do you really need, like, a minor in a language if you're not going to, like, pursue a career in it, you know?
No.
So it would have been fun. But I did learn all about 13th century or 14th century literature in Italy. So if you need any info on Dante or did you know Michelangelo was a poet?
Makes sense. Yeah. He's one artsy mofo.
He is. So I know about that randomly, but yeah, so that was my college journey as well. Okay, that's enough about me.
All right, well, that's a little bit about us. Sounds like we still have a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
We will later in different episodes. Okay,
fun.
Why are we starting this podcast?
Well, we've wanted to start this for years now.
Because we like yapping.
Yeah, we do. We've had a lot of years to do that.
I just want to be a professional yapper.
I feel like it's also worth saying we were inspired by Nobody Wants This. Is that too cliche and cringy to say on here, though?
Probably. That's
Probably.
okay.
That's okay though. It was a really funny show. So if you haven't seen that, you need to go watch it. This is a different situation because we're not talking about
Sex or
our sex
men
lives or
or
men. I mean,
although
we might.
yeah, I'm not married. I'm single. We definitely can.
Yeah, we can, but that's like not the focus of this. I would say and if you haven't seen that show, it's about two sisters who have a podcast about their sex lives and men and all this stuff, and then she ends up dating a rabbi. It's a whole thing. It's hilarious. You need to watch it.
It is fantastic. As Kristen Bell in it, who just is like my idol.
She's incredible. I love her. But yeah, I guess the reason we started this was A, because we've always wanted to, and B, I would say there's a few different reasons. So maybe like B, A, B, B, and B, C.
Getting into blood types.
I know. I feel like, at least for me, something I talk about a lot in my own Instagram, and I also host a walk club, is trying to just melt the Seattle freeze. And if you're unfamiliar with that, it is a term that the city of Seattle has. It's probably in the Urban Dictionary, my guess, but it's basically where people, when you don't know them, they might be a little bit more cold or hard to get to know, or you might perceive them as unfriendly. But what were you gonna say?
They just stick to their own circles that they
Yes.
know. So then when you're not in that circle and you come to Seattle as an outsider,
Yeah.
it can be difficult.
Yes, this is true. But then when you do make these friendships, they're like some of the best relationships you could have, because people here are very, very genuine to themselves. Like, they're not putting on a mask to be someone else, which, not to say that's super, it is pretty different than San Diego in a way.
I feel like in San Diego, you're forced to be like chill.
Yeah.
Where here, no one cares if you're kind of a little mean as long as it's genuine.
No, people here are just like smart. They're smart
People in San Diego are dumb.
No, they're not. They're not dumb. They're not dumb. People here.
Too much sea air, baby.
No. Like, people here are like going to crazy bar trivias and knowing who was what the last four digits of like some random currency, and I don't know, just some random. People are very knowledgeable in very niche things here, and I'm finding that it's just like a different type of intelligence than I've seen before.
I feel like it's because the Microsoft campus is near.
And Amazon.
And Amazon.
And Google.
And Boeing.
Boeing.
So we have a lot of kind of developers, software developers, engineers. Yeah, a lot of techie brains.
Yes.
Which obviously our brains are very techie. We got the walking influencer,
the teacher.
Early childhood teacher. Gosh.
Hey, I used to be.
We could run Microsoft.
We could absolutely be the CEO of Microsoft. What would that look like if we were?
Lots of foosball tables.
Foosball, not ping pong, or we could play extreme ping pong.
Maybe.
People wouldn't work though.
Lots of ping pong. Lots of food, free food.
Lots of food.
Which I know they get a lot of food anyways, but
is it fun food though?
Food.
Is it good?
It is delicious.
Really?
It's Microsoft people have it cush.
Okay.
It's insane. Okay. Only reason I know this is because my ex, okay, works for Microsoft, and we're still really close friends. So I hang out at the campus occasionally.
I have never been to the Microsoft campus, which I've been told I need to go.
I equate it to a very large college campus. Like, it has a football field.
Interesting.
No, soccer field. Soccer? I don't know. They play baseball and softball, and what's the other one that's kind of like baseball and softball?
Cricket?
Yeah, cricket. They do a lot of that there. They just do a lot. Sorry, this is kind of getting slow.
Okay. No, this is fun. Whenever I hear Microsoft, I for some like, or not Microsoft itself, but Microsoft campus or any tech campus, my mind automatically goes to like a casino in Vegas. I don't know why.
Kind of, but like, instead of slot machines, it's desks.
It's desks.
And there are buffets.
You are making money.
Definitely a lot less smoke.
Yeah,
A
less
lot
smoke.
less
But I
cigarettes.
feel like the way companies are playing with like return to office and like work from home, it's kind of the same principle as like gambling, you know? Like they get you hooked, like, yeah, come join our company. You can work from home. And they say, okay, everyone come back. And it's like, oh, just lost $2,000 at the slot machine.
Kind of, but I mean, they still have so many awesome benefits for working in office.
This is true.
But it's
I
just,
can't say Vegas has many. There's spas. Spas are
but you still have to
nice.
pay for the spas.
That's true. It's a solid point. Okay, we're gonna go back to talking about why we're doing this.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, melting Seattle freeze in a way. I think something we both, I mean, I'll speak for myself here. You can speak for yourself, but something I like about listening to podcasts with two people is it feels like, I don't know, is this also relatable to you as well?
I continue talking, that I will tell you.
Please confirm. Is when you're listening to a podcast with two people, it kind of feels like you're sitting in the room with them and you can kind of relate, or you feel like they're your close buds you're hanging out with, and also sipping on Trader Joe's brewed ginger beer non-alcoholic sparkling beverage with.
Yes, we can be your parasocial
Yeah, your
sisters.
sisters, your besties.
Your parasocial besties.
I know. I feel like we also forgot to mention too that we're 5 days apart, so we always have just kind of thought of each other as sisters. So we will use both terms.
Sarah has already mentioned that we're 5 days apart, so maybe you should drink every time she mentions that we're 5 days.
I'll drink my brewed ginger beer non-alcoholic sparkling beverage, of course. Tempt me.
Sponsored.
That'd be amazing though if we were.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest reason that I would like to do this is one, quality time with my sister.
Yes.
And
who's 5 days apart.
And two, creating those friendships. Yes, they may be parasocial, but if you see us out and about or we talk about something and you relate to it, talk back with us. Like, we're here to create a strong circle of besties, yeah, who are here to support each other and grow and learn and just live life together. I mean, it's hard making adults as friends.
They don't just hatch from eggs, they soup to
It's hard making friends. I have to say, I stole the hatching idea. My friend back in San Diego says her dog hatched from her.
Ivy?
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I need my cat to hatch from me too. So that's not my original idea, and I just need to put that out there. But I'm not going to share her name because I don't know. I'm not into sharing other people's names.
Yeah. I'm keeping it Sara and Isabella. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. And well, I already outed Michael, but I feel like people know who he is if you follow me.
Yeah, on your gram.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Yeah, just creating a community where if you're driving to work or cutting the dishes, maybe you're cutting the dishes. I don't know what you do.
You in this house when you're alone. I'm scared.
No, you're cutting food for dinner, right? Chopping. Cutting. Oh, speaking of food, that's my soup's automatic feeder.
Okay.
So you might hear her munch in the background. She is a voracious.
Yeah. She's been waiting by the food thing for like the last hour.
Yeah, she does that. She waits in front of the food. She like loafs in front of the food and just stares at it, willing it to come out.
It's like a magician, and then it falls out. She's like, oh, gotta blink 3 times next time.
I swear she's really superstitious. Like, she has a lot of these OCD tendencies. What was I saying?
Yeah. Oh, making humans as adults. Making okay, I'm gonna wind that one back. Making friends as adults.
Yes, basically, I have a long commute. I would commute an hour and a half, and I love listening to podcasts where it feels like I'm part of the conversation and that I'm just chatting amongst friends or listening to friends chat. So that's a big reason why I am here today.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
Okay, so I think before we do 20 questions, which, surprise, we're doing 20 questions.
But they're going to be like really fun. We're going to answer them together.
Yeah.
And we're going to go pretty quick through them.
I think we should briefly talk about how we ended up in Seattle
Oh,
from
yes.
San Diego,
We absolutely should.
because that's also a crazy story in and of itself. Which, okay, keep in mind, we went to a private Catholic school from preschool, elementary school, middle school. Then we went to an all girls. Let me repeat that.
Yes.
All female private Catholic school
It was very intense. It was harder than college.
in high school. And then we separated for college. But, you know,
And our teachers actually, from kindergarten through 8th grade, refused to put us in the same class together because of how,
not all of them.
not all,
Some of
maybe
them.
like 3 of them. I think we were put together for like 3 of our years.
Yeah.
But they just knew if we were in the same class that we would not get anything done.
Not the deep sigh. They probably were correct, but also we make each other better. So
We do. And we're also very competitive. But I feel like we were competitive in high school. At least I felt that. But our brains are very different. It's like I would compete with you in math, and you are very much so the mathy person here. And I feel like, did you ever try to compete with me on something like I was better at?
I think that math competition was very one-sided because I never once tried to compete with you.
Okay, well, we had this math teacher in high school. Well, maybe this is a whole other. The ways I was scarred by teachers throughout my life. She actually was a very incredible teacher. Bless her soul, love her. But we would lose points on math tests if we didn't staple our notes together and hand them to her before the test. And I cannot tell you how many points I lost in this class because I would forget to staple my notes.
I lost.
And Isabella just shows up with all of her notes stapled, ready to go, cranking through tests in like 30 minutes. And I'm like, oh, I wish I had more time. And looking back on those moments, I'm like, maybe I should have gotten diagnosed with something and I could have had more time.
Yeah. No, honestly. Just to note on those points off, I got points off for sneezing once.
Yeah.
Because I sneezed too loud and it sounded fake. My sneezes are just really weird. I also sneeze like 7 times in a row. I can't help it.
You lost 5 points for each sneeze you took.
No, I would have failed.
Did we get points docked for asking to go to the bathroom during class?
Probably.
I feel like we did.
Probably.
Or we weren't allowed to go to the bathroom.
Oh, shh.
Looks like you're cutting that out.
No, we weren't allowed to. I mean, she probably doesn't teach anymore.
She might.
I
don't know.
I'll look that up.
But she did let me stay in like my junior year during lunchtime and like do not things for extra credit, but just like try to understand concepts better, which was actually very helpful.
I mean, great teacher.
Great teacher. Fantastic teacher. Was she strict? Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, gosh, I think we were in one math class together and then I moved on.
Yeah, you were doing like, I don't even know.
Because I got into calculus and
calc,
stuff.
trig, AB, BC. I don't even know.
Okay, that's why I didn't think it was a competition, because we haven't been in classes together.
Okay, it wasn't a competition.
I'd say English. You excelled in English.
Did I?
Yeah, you were in AP-ing.
I was? Oh, I was in the writing. Wait, which one?
American Lit.
I think I was. Hi, Soup.
Soup has joined us.
She's hanging out.
She's brown-eyeing me.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It was like an essay writing class, and we would write like, oh my gosh, she's getting really close to the candle.
Dude,
Miss Soup.
She'll burn herself and she'll learn. It's fine.
Oh gosh. I think Carmel burnt his whiskers once and they got like little curl.
Cute. She's pawed the fire before.
Why would you do that, little Soup?
She learned, though.
Oh, fire hot.
She's not about it.
Okay. So why we moved to Seattle? I moved here in 2020 for like 8 or 9 months, and Michael, husband, is from Redmond. Grew up there, from there, had his whole life there. It's a very cute part of King County. I love it. So excuse me, trying to talk too fast. We met in college.
Who's we?
Me and Michael.
Yep.
Michael and I. We were in the band together, so we're band nerds. And he played trumpet, I played clarinet. And I would always, the way like you sit in band is woodwinds, like clarinets are in the front and trumpets are in the back because they are so loud.
Yeah, trumpets in the back.
So I would always roll into band like 5 minutes late, hair in a messy bun, like just done with the day because classes were at like 5:30 or 7:30. So he always would get to see me. I wouldn't always see him. And I also thought like, oh, he's like 2 years older. Like I don't know. I was just intimidated. He's also an engineering major, so I'm like, oh, very intimidated now. What's this artsy girl like me gonna do with an engineering guy? Um, marry him, actually, is the answer to that.
Got him.
Got him. But yeah, so during COVID times, fun. Uh, he ended up, well, he actually graduated in 2019 in the winter. So he moved back here, got a job, and actually told me like, hey, it's 2020. What are you doing? Do you want to come move to Seattle and try it out? And I had never moved anywhere in my life. I'd always stayed in San Diego. And so when he said that, I was like, you know what? Maybe it is time for a little fun adventure. So actually, it was Eric and I drove up. No, Michael and I drove up the first time. Drove for the summer? No, I don't remember. No, I drove. I see. I've done this drive up the West Coast so many times. I can't even remember which time is which now.
It gave me COVID.
No, that was like the fourth time.
No, I'm saying the drive.
The drive, yes. That was when we were driving back. Anyways, long story of me moving back and forth from Redmond, but I did live in Redmond for like 8 months in 2020 and absolutely fell in love with it. We went on hikes, we did Lake Serene, and it's this hike in Washington that is so flipping beautiful. It doesn't even feel like Earth. And I didn't know things like that existed. So we did that. And then his family has like a nice, cute little, kind of small, just little boat we go around the lake in. And you're on the lake. It's a beautiful sunny day. Mount Rainier is in the background. There's bald eagles flying overhead. And it's just very different than San Diego. So automatically I was like, okay, I'm sold. You have like the fresh water, salt water, the mountains, the desert, the rainforest, everything. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. So long story short, Michael ended up losing his job during COVID, and the only job he can find was back in San Diego. And I still soup.
Ignore my cat. She's in a bag.
She found a bag.
Soup in a bag.
So basically, I had 2 years left of school, and we ended up moving back to San Diego. And I had like 2 bonus years with my family as well, and with Isabella too, because she was still living there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2023, we decided, okay, we're going back to Seattle. So we packed everything up and drove up here, and we've been living here since April 14th, 2023. So we're coming up on almost 2 years, which is wild. So that's how I ended up here.
That is wild. So, long story short, her boyfriend, then fiance, now husband, lived here. They moved up here during COVID. They moved back down to San Diego, and then they moved up here April 14th, 2023.
Yes.
Okay, so then there's me. Why am I here? Well,
we're competing.
Actually, my ex that I met in San Diego originally worked up here at the Microsoft campus, and then moved to San Diego, left Microsoft, wanted to do like biotech and just change the trajectory of his life. Met me, we fell in love. Sorry. And then he decided that he was not happy in San Diego and wanted to go back to Microsoft, got his old job back, and moved to Microsoft. And I was left with the decision, do I move with him eventually, or do I stay in San Diego? So like 6 months after he moved up to Microsoft,
it's basically a city.
Yeah, to Washington, I decided to go all in and moved up with him, and that was in June of 2023, so 2 months after Sarah.
Yeah.
And then we went to a summer solstice festival, and it was love at first sight.
Oh my gosh, with the naked bike ride.
Just kidding, not love at first sight. I was horrified. That's a story for another day, though.
I'm gonna have to write down all these stories for like
yes.
Oh gosh, we could talk for days.
Yeah. And I've been in Seattle since. Obviously, I'm saying my ex, Sarah, got married with her guy, and I left my guy.
Now you have Soupy Girl.
Yeah, so now I have a cat, and I am a single cat lady professor.
Yay!
Woo! But yeah, that's basically it. And I've decided to stay here because I too like it here with the bald eagles screeching.
It
at
feels
the
very
sunset.
majestic.
It does. It does feel. I actually randomly will see bald eagles on my way to work. I'm like, where am I right now? How does this
Like,
exist?
that is not a seagull. That is a large bird. I
Yeah,
think they hatch eggs that are also cats. Or
duh.
is that just you?
Where do you think cats come from?
Bald eagles, of course.
And
And
Isabella's.
Isabella's.
Only bald eagles and Isabella's. All right.
Okay, we're gonna,
So,
yeah.
yeah, let's hop into the 20 questions. Okay, first one. What's the weirdest memory you both share from childhood?
The weirdest memory. Soup's just like kicking around in the litter box.
Yeah, she is currently pooping.
She is our show's mascot. We will be updating you on everything Soup does during these episodes, by the way. Weirdest memory. Gosh,
I can't think of like the weirdest, but definitely a weird memory was when Sarah's cousin locked us in a closet when we were
yeah.
like 7 years old.
Yeah, that was weird for sure.
Yeah, we were at one of her family's dinner, like at her house, and this cousin said we were annoying him, which I just don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know how we could ever be annoying.
Oh, we were never annoying. Not us. Mm-mm. And he pushed us into a closet and locked us in there for like an hour.
Was I in there too?
Yes.
I just don't remember. I feel like I remember watching you. I was in there too?
Yes.
Okay, maybe I watched him do this to another cousin as well. Just throwing us in the closet.
Because he did it to the Italian cousin.
Italian. Oh, he did it too?
Yeah.
Why are all these guys locking people in closets? This is not okay.
Either.
No, please don't do that to your friends or your cousins.
Let's not lock people in closets. Period.
I would say weirdest memory for me. So my family is Sicilian, of Sicilian descent, which means they like gambling. If you're wondering what that means, we like pasta and gambling. And so every year for New Year's, we would go to Vegas. So I have many memories of my family in Vegas. Is my microphone okay?
Yes, it's good.
Okay. And Isabella would come along on some of these, and we just got into so many weird things. I don't even know.
I gambled when I was 14 in Vegas.
Yeah, we used to do room keno.
And we drank moonshine when we were 14 in Vegas.
Is that illegal to say on here? Who's gonna come get us?
We were well into our mid-20s. We're fine.
That's true. We're fine. Fine. Yeah. So a lot of people have really wholesome family memories, like, skiing for New Year's, or I don't know. And we're drinking moonshine as 14-year-olds in Vegas. Okay. Question 2. Who was the troublemaker growing up? I would say,
okay, this is complicated because I think Sarah's household had less rules.
Yes.
So if like you were to ask my parents, they would view her as a troublemaker.
Yes.
Just because her household was less strict. And that does not mean she was like a bad child or by any means. No, amazing child. 10 out of 10 recommend Sarah during childhood. I would say I was definitely like sorry, my cat just felt like she was Batman for a second. I would say I was definitely the more like
I feel like in your teenage years, maybe you were the troublemaker.
Yeah. And then in my childhood years, I was very strict on following the rules.
Yeah. I think I was maybe more of a troublemaker growing up because the only child thing, I just wanted attention. So I would like maybe act out sometimes and get
but like
attention. Not even. I would just play Sims.
Yeah.
And then just waste away my eyesight.
Oh my gosh. I still have never understood why my dad got so mad at this when you smeared lemon on the deck.
Oh my gosh, that was for like your birthday party or something. Yeah, because it was going to stain the wood.
Oh, who cares?
I don't even know why would I see, this is the stuff I used to do. Like it didn't make any sense.
Okay. So early childhood background here. Right, you're a little scientist. Your brain's only thinking about cause and effect. So like you think, what would happen if I put lemon on this? And then you do it because you're a child.
That's fair.
Like you did exactly what a child should do.
Okay. That's reassuring to hear.
Okay. If your friendship was a movie, what genre would it be?
Horror. I'm just kidding.
That's so rude.
Krampus. Speaking of one of those New Year's in Vegas, we would go to the movie theaters because, as you would guess, there's not much to do for children in Vegas
Except for drink moonshine.
The movies. Okay. Anyways, probably comedy. Honestly, I think we're gonna live 7 years longer. Just how much we laugh.
I'd say Christmas movies.
Christmas movies.
That's our genre.
Okay. All right.
Like a comedy, like Elf.
Like Elf. It's like this really stupid, dumb things that happen in life that make us like pee our pants laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most ridiculous fight you've ever had?
Probably one of us wanted to be like a certain like Barbie fairy when we were playing a fairy game during recess, and the other one already took that character. I don't know. We got in really silly fights when we were younger.
We did. There was one time you told me you didn't like my skirt in first grade.
Okay.
I threw it away that day.
Did you really? That's so sad.
Big like self-esteem issues. Still probably do.
Is that the time when you got a grilled cheese or a quesadilla from the lunch truck and I told you they use artificial cheese and you threw your grilled cheese away too? Oh my god, stop throwing things away.
What was the question? I would say that's the most ridiculous fight, but that was like a one-sided fight all in my brain.
You're just fighting yourself. Oh my gosh. I don't know. We don't really get in like many spats.
Yeah.
At least in our adult lives. It kind of stopped when we were in maybe third grade.
There was last year, I was heavy into depression and I was not a good friend. For sure. Not a good friend at all.
Yeah, but we talked about it and we're okay now.
Yes.
We love each other and it's okay.
But that was also like,
forgive.
I love you too. That was a big fight, I would say. The biggest fight we've had
recently
in our adulthood.
But it was like a healthy fight. I think it needed to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. We can tell more about that later.
Yes, we can. If you could swap lives for number 5, if you could swap lives for a day, what's the first thing you do? I wouldn't do your drive, your commute in the morning. I would not do that. I'm sorry.
What would I do as you for a day? I'd post the most heinous stuff on Instagram
and immediately get canceled.
Like, the most heinous. You could be a professor for a day if you're me.
A professor for a day.
You would just have to drive an hour to do so.
I don't want to do that. Was you for a day? I would actually take Soup on a really long walk.
Okay.
Because Soup actually likes being in her little buggy, right?
It's debatable.
Okay. Yeah, Carmel's a little unsure about his too. But
she kind of just meows at me and then I talk with her and then eventually I'll ignore her meowing and then she'll stop and just sit down
and watch the birds. Watch the bald eagles.
It's learned helplessness.
Great. Okay, maybe I wouldn't do that then.
I promise I don't abuse my cat.
She's like burning herself in a candle.
That is a natural consequence.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, what I would say is I would buy some fun decorations because Isabella has the cutest house apartment ever.
Home condo.
The way she styles it is so adorable. So I think it would make me happy to like live here for a day.
Thanks. Goodwill.
Soup, what are you doing? She's hanging out on my jacket.
Hey, baby.
She gonna sleep?
She likes that material and like will scratch my material, so I'm gonna just move her.
Soup.
Okay. Number 6. Which one of you is more likely to survive a zombie apocalypse? Me.
You.
You think you?
I don't know. I got the street smarts and survival skills.
Bro, I do jujitsu.
Well, I walk across the stage. I have people who have literally commented on my Instagram, if there was a zombie apocalypse, I would want to be you.
That's fair. You can walk forever. I cannot.
Yeah. And then you start getting like angry.
Yeah, you also need less food than I do.
That's a good point. I don't get like crazy angry when I'm hungry too.
Hey. You're not you when you're hungry.
Have Snickers.
What's the funniest lie you've ever told your parents together?
I don't know. Did you tell your parents about, I don't know, are they gonna listen to this?
No.
Any of like the parties we went to in high school?
No.
Okay, so whatever you made up, whatever lie you made up to go to one of those parties.
I slept over at Sarah's a lot.
Okay, yeah, she did.
I actually did. We would go to those parties and then I would sleep over at Sarah's.
What happened before the party doesn't matter.
Yeah, throw up in
Or
someone's car.
before the
You know.
sleep.
That was in college,
An
though.
ex-boyfriend's mother's car.
That was in college. And that was not my ex-boyfriend. That was Sarah's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
I still feel bad about that.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, like, big sorry. It's the only time I've ever thrown up in a place I was not supposed to throw up.
Not supposed to. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
If your friendship had a theme song, what would it be?
Oh,
I feel like this is Sarah's department.
my department. I don't know. That's hard. That's gonna take a long time. Should we go to number 9 because that one's more. We know what this one would be.
Okay, number 8 is I'm Just Like You.
Oh my God,
You're
you're
just
right.
like
The Barbie song.
me.
There's something
Everyone can see. The Princess and the Pauper. I don't know how much we can sing before we
Oh my
get
God, right.
copyrighted.
Right. Okay. Never. Well, maybe we're singing it too badly that they.
Or maybe it's if we sing it, it's fine, and if we play it, we
Maybe,
can't play it.
maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Don't copyright us.
Yeah, we're broke.
Um,
What's your go-to
karaoke song. When Will My Life Begin
Yes.
from Tangled.
Yes.
10 out of 10. Easy.
Yes. Who is more likely to text first in an emergency?
Isabella.
Yes.
Should we tell that story?
Go for it.
We were in Italy together, and I convinced. She didn't know I was going to tell this story. I convinced her to go to Siena. We would take the bus from Rome to Siena, and we went, and we were sitting in like the main piazza, eating some gelato. And these two, we were what, like 20?
Like 19, 20. This was when Sarah started talking to her husband as well.
Yeah, it was on that trip.
Yeah.
Okay.
They FaceTime for the first time.
So we weren't dating, so I was single essentially still. So these two boys came over to us, like 2 Italian boys, probably younger than us, I would assume. Maybe same age. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. They came over and they're just like chatting. And since I took Italian in college and I grew up speaking Sicilian with my family, like I was kind of the translator on the trip a little bit. And so these boys were sitting next to us and I was just chatting with them. And one of them gets a little close to Iz and just, did he kiss you on the cheek?
Yes.
Yeah. So
he invaded my person.
Yeah. Why is that beeping?
I think, I don't know. Maybe I got too loud.
Maybe. Okay. Battery's fine. Okay. Anyways, so he kissed her on the cheek and immediately panic, which like rightly so. And you who did you call? Your dad? No, you were pretending you're on the phone with someone. And so in an emergency situation, I think you would be the first to start dialing people.
Yes.
If
we started a business together, what would it be? The Melt Uncut.
The Melt Uncut.
It's a podcast. I'm not sure if you've heard of it.
Number 13, what's one thing the other person still hasn't learned about you?
My place of birth,
Your
apparently.
place of birth. Yeah. What about you?
What's something I haven't learned about you?
Yeah. You know about my hummus addiction. Do not put a plate of hummus in front of me. It will be gone in 5 minutes.
I don't know. That's my Prozac alarm.
What if you didn't even pick up? Did you just interject that? It's my Prozac alarm. Okay. Well, I'm sure there's something she doesn't know about me, but apparently I'm the worst. I'm the worst friend here. Number 14. Who's the better driver and who gets road rage? I think I'm the better driver.
I think I'm the better driver. You can't drive at night.
I have really bad astigmatism. Everything
You also can't drive without glasses or contacts on.
Yeah, I have them on.
Just really,
I'm feeling discriminated against.
Getting you for your disability.
Okay, this girl tries to race people on the roads.
Okay, that was not okay.
I have never once tried to race someone. Everyone, raise your hand if you tried to race someone on the road.
Isabella is raising her hand.
Okay, so
Isabella also gets roid rage.
yes,
But it's been better now that I'm taking my Prozac.
that's good. That's good.
I also think I'm a better driver because I know how to drive stick as well. And I can really whip it.
How many times did you roll down the hill?
Once. I was
Okay.
learning.
Number 15. What is the craziest dare you've ever done together? Do you want me to tell it or do you want to
You
tell
can
it?
tell it.
There was a time in high school when it was me, you, and our friend at the time who Isabella was totally in love with, head over heels, was writing love poems to this guy in our English class.
It's so gross.
Anyways, was it just us three?
I
Was
think
someone else there? I think it's just us three. And we were at not a strip mall, but like one of those big like parking lots with like a Target and a Kohl's and what was it, on Balboa or Genesee in San Diego, so Claremont. And he dares her. He said, Isabella, I dare you to go army crawl underneath that camper van.
Oh my god.
And Isabella is dressed in the cutest outfit ever, the cutest little hat. She's like, okay.
Oh my
And she goes under this camper van and starts army crawling in it. And the owner was in the car. And he comes out and he's like, what the hell's happening here? This is like 17-year-old girl army crawling in his truck.
In a dress with a hat.
I think that our friend and I like ran away to hide somewhere. So we're like, what are we?
He left me.
I didn't confront this guy of why you were under his truck.
I want to confront him.
So yeah. Things we do for love. Am I right?
No, okay. We're gonna pause. We're gonna pre-K pause. Ladies, girls, women, we are better than this. We need to use our frontal lobe and not army crawl under trailers because you think it'll make the love of your life, who never even kissed you.
He didn't kiss you?
No.
No.
What
What is it with these guys we're dating as teenagers? They never kissed us.
Well, I wasn't dating him.
You weren't.
We never dated. Huh? Oh, I thought it was.
No, not him.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Saxophone.
Oh, yes. No, we dated for like a year and a half.
You definitely kissed.
We definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, we kissed, baby.
We did.
Yes. Yeah, I actually was going through my jewelry today and he got me a necklace and I found it in my jewelry. And I was like, oh, made me think of him.
Cute.
He also randomly texted me. Okay, we're gonna just side note.
Okay.
You were there for this. When he randomly texted me, I had just moved because I had broken up with my now ex.
Yeah.
The day I moved.
Weird.
And you were with me. And
That's some like psychic stuff right there.
Right? But he texted about you. He was like, remember when Sarah did blah, 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 blah?
Right. Did he ever respond? Did you respond?
We sent him a selfie.
Did he respond?
I don't think so. I think
well,
we
should text him back.
Should we?
Yeah.
Do we want to?
We should send him something like really like out of left field.
We should
like
send him
mostly from my album.
The whack fish.
You've been whacked by a trout.
I sent that to.
We absolutely need to send that to him.
I sent that to someone recently and they ghosted me.
Okay, that's another episode in its topic too, of how she's just trolling people on dating apps.
Oh, if you yeah, I'm not really looking to date. However, I did re-download Bumble for kicks and gigs and I have been trolling men left and right.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I think they deserve it. I think they need trolls.
I think so.
Like,
gotta keep them in check somehow. You know?
Yeah.
People just say like weird stuff online. You gotta call them out and say no.
Exactly.
You gotta give them something better to be a little freaked out about.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, we should go to number 16. What's your ultimate inside joke no one else gets?
Pallavi knows.
Pallavi knows.
That's it. Nobody's getting a.
Yep.
Nope, that's it.
That's it.
Do you have one before?
I would just say maybe our coughing code. In 5th grade, we made an entire like communication device where means look my way. What does 2 coughs mean? I don't remember.
But 3 coughs was like, what the hell?
Yeah. So we just communicate in class. We also taught each other like basic alphabet of sign language.
Mm-hmm.
so we can communicate in church.
So we would cough, right, to get our like each other's attention, and then we would start spelling things.
And eventually we would taught some of our friends like the sign language alphabet. So then we'd all communicate in church, and then we would get in trouble.
Yeah. And then I moved on to be a preschool teacher, and I taught babies sign
There
language.
you go. There you go. Full circle moment.
Full circle.
Number 17. Which of you would do better on a reality TV show?
Me.
You. I think I'm a little boring sometimes versus your army crawling under people's vans. Number 18. If you could only eat one meal together forever, what would it be? Please do not put something without dairy, because this girl will eat dairy and she can't digest it, and then everyone else has to suffer for it.
It is definitely one of my faults. And I do have lactate. I do. I just don't take it often.
Conveniently forget it.
I conveniently never take it.
Yeah. So something would have to be a vegan meal.
Well, I was gonna say hummus.
Hummus? Ooh. It's not a meal though. It could be a meal. For me, it's a meal.
Some hummus?
Plant power.
Oh, we need to go back to San
We
Diego.
do. It's this like vegan fast food place in Ocean Beach in San Diego. They have one in Encinitas too.
Oh.
But, they have the best milkshakes and like best chicken nuggets and fries.
Yes.
Yeah. Plant power is good.
And it doesn't mess me up because it's vegan.
It messes me up though. I think it's just the fried
grease.
The grease.
Yeah.
It tastes so good.
Oh, BT dubs. Sarah doesn't eat meat.
Doesn't eat meat.
Or
doesn't
dairy.
eat dairy or fish. Occasionally eats eggs. So not vegan.
Ovotarian.
Ovotarian.
Yes.
Do they eat cheese?
No.
Okay, I guess I'm ovotarian then.
You would be a lacto-ovotarian.
What about oysters? I eat oysters and shellfish.
And then you're pescatarian.
But that's not fish though, they're mollusks.
I guess I would still constitute you as ovotarian.
What if I don't need a label though?
Fine. Okay.
I will in a box.
I am sorry that yeah. I appreciate the call out.
We're trying to label each other.
Moving on. Who's more likely to cry during a movie?
Isabella.
Me. Sarah doesn't cry unless she gets married.
Unless I get married, then I cry. Or unless I bottle up my emotions for 6 months and then I let out a really good cry about something really stupid.
So Sarah's really good at dissociating.
Yeah, it's probably not good.
That's
not a
Michael's
good thing.
problem.
Love you, Michael.
Okay,
number 20.
If you could give each other a one-word title, what would it be? Ooh, speaking of labeling each other. Ovotarian.
Ooh, hummus lover for me. Wait, no,
we
each other.
each other.
I love hummus.
Girl,
for
got
you?
hummus on the mind.
For you, oh goodness, this is quite the spot,
right?
Well,
it's a baller for you.
Baller. I'm the most like unathletic person.
No. Like boss baller.
What about boss girl?
Boss girl.
Hummus boss girl.
Hummus baller.
Hummus baller. Sounds like something you like bring to a potluck at Christmas.
Everybody, I brought the hummus baller.
Oh, something with sourdough for you. You're the sourdough queen.
Yeast.
The avian yeast. Oh my goodness. I wanted to make a charcuterie board last night before dinner. I made a chickpea noodle soup last night, and I wanted to make a charcuterie board. So I went to the store and bought this cheese, and it was a Gruyere cheese. Have you tried this type of cheese before?
I love Gruyere. Yeah.
Okay. What does it taste like to you?
Sweet.
Really?
Silky deliciousness.
Okay, this is absolutely not the type that we had. It was labeled that, and it tasted, I don't even like want to say on this podcast what it tasted
vegan.
Like. It is vegan, but I've had like really good vegan cheeses though, and this brand also makes really good other vegan cheeses.
So maybe they just F this one up.
I think so. We'll debrief after this, and I can tell you what it tastes like.
One of my fave cheeses. Wait, I want to know. Spell it.
Spell it.
Is it like out of the booty
It
hole?
tastes like yeast infection.
Yeast infection.
But it's also a vegan cheese, so like you kind of need yeast to make it. Maybe it
Mhm.
was like an overblooming of yeast.
I saw I think it was a Reddit post of someone who made bread from their yeast infection.
Absolutely not. No.
And then they got a yeast infection in their mouth. Go
Absolutely
figure.
not. No.
Yeah.
Maybe this is an R-rated podcast at this point. Soup is completely curled up on me right now.
Yeah,
What a
she
baby.
curled her tail around my arm yesterday, like full on like a monkey.
What a little baby.
And she was,
Hey,
oh,
I love
she's
her.
so cute.
I love her. Little
Okay.
8 pounds of joy. Oh gosh, she hooked my thumb. She wants the microphone.
She
Okay,
sees the
Soup,
fluffy.
this is not a toy. Please do not attack my face. Thank you. Okay, in other words, be cautious of what vegan cheeses you buy because they are not all good.
Yes. Okay. Love you. Bye.
At the end? Is it the end of the episode?
That's end.
What? We're done? We have to do an outro.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for listening to us. Thank you so much for spending this past hour with us.
Yeah. This really flew by. This was really fun.
I know. It is. I think we should end it with affirmations. Like,
I love that.
what are 3 affirmations?
Can I just give one really good one?
Yeah.
'Cause I have a good one. So there is a book I just finished reading called Do Less by Kate Northrup. Fantastic book, by the way. You should all read that if you are looking for better time management in your life and saying no to more things. Specifically, like stop cluttering your to-do list because that's not good. Anyways, the mantra that I learned from that book is I allow myself to, well, no, I always mess it up. I allow for today to be an easy day, or I allow myself to have an easy day today. And that has really stuck with me.
I like that. Do you know what's really helped me have easy days? Prozac. Let's see. Be safe, be hot, be medicated. We'll work on our outro.
On it, but thanks for being here. We love you all. Love the support. We did make an Instagram page. It's at The Melt Uncut. It's a cute little ice cream cone in our logo. Isabella designed it on the airplane.
We can shout out to Canva for
Shout out to Canva. But yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see you all soon.
All right, let's see if Soup has anything to say. I don't know if you heard her sniffing, but she sniffed.
She's a cutie pie.
All right.
Okay. Hi.